Imagine walking through a forest or swimming in the ocean, and suddenly, what you thought was a twig or a rock moves. Welcome to the world of the ultimate camouflagers, where looking like your surroundings could be a matter of life and death. Let's kick things off with the stick insect, scientifically known as Phasmatodea. These guys are like the ninjas of the insect world, but instead of throwing stars, they throw shade by looking exactly like a twig. Seriously, if you've ever walked through a forest and felt like the trees were staring back at you, well, they might have been. Stick insects are found all over the world, from tropical rainforests to temperate woodlands. They're most common in places like Southeast Asia, Australia, and the Americas. And guess what? These guys come in all sizes. Some are just a few centimeters long, while others can grow up to 13 inches. That's right, a foot-long bug that looks like a stick. Imagine trying to explain that to someone who's never seen one before. But their real superpower? Camouflage. Stick insects don't just look like sticks. They can also mimic leaves and branches. Some species even sway back and forth, just like a leaf blowing in the wind, to make their disguise even more convincing. You've got to give them props for that level of commitment. And here's a fun fact. Some stick insects don't even need a mate to reproduce. Yep, you heard that right. A lot of them can reproduce asexually through a process called parthenogenesis, which means the females can lay eggs without mating. It's like they've got their own one-person party going on. Oh, and get this, they can also regenerate lost limbs. So if a bird takes a bite out of one of their legs, no big deal. They just grow a new one, like it's no problem at all. Talk about resilience. Stick insects play an important role in their ecosystems by serving as prey for various predators and helping control plant populations by feeding on leaves. They contribute to the balance of their environments, making them an unsung hero in the forest. As for danger, unless you're a leaf, you're probably safe around a stick insect. They're totally harmless to humans. So if you ever find one, don't be afraid to get up close and check out their amazing camouflage skills. Just, don't accidentally step on them. That would be a real buzzkill for both of you. Before we continue, please like this video because our channel is small and new, and your likes are a huge support for us. Next on our list is an animal that's not just a master of disguise, but also one of the most venomous creatures on the planet. Meet the stonefish, or Sinensea, if you want to get fancy with it. These guys are basically the ocean's equivalent of a landmine. They just sit there, looking like a boring old rock until, bam, they unleash a venomous sting that can make you seriously regret not wearing shoes in the ocean. Stonefish are found in the coastal waters of the Indo-Pacific region, including areas around Australia, Southeast Asia, and up to Japan. They usually hang out in shallow waters, hiding among rocks and coral reefs, just waiting for something tasty to swim by. And by tasty, I mean fish, shrimp, or even small crustaceans. They're not too picky, as long as it's meaty. So, how do they do it? How does a fish turn itself into a rock? Well, stonefish are covered in lumpy, bumpy skin that's often covered in algae and other sea debris. This, combined with their dull coloration, makes them virtually indistinguishable from the surrounding environment. They literally look like the ocean floor. It's like the ultimate I'm not here, move along trick. But here's the thing. Stepping on a stonefish is no joke. They've got 13 spines along their back, each one connected to venom glands that can deliver a sting so painful. It's been described as like having your bones set on fire. And I'm not even exaggerating. In some cases, the venom can even be fatal if not treated quickly. So yeah, maybe pack some water shoes on your next beach trip, just in case. Stonefish are not just venomous, but they also play a crucial role in their ecosystems. By keeping populations of smaller fish and invertebrates in check, they help maintain the balance of marine communities. So while they're definitely a hazard to barefoot beachgoers, they're an essential part of their underwater world. And now, for the grand finale, we've got the undisputed king of camouflage, the chameleon. These reptiles, belonging to the family Chameleonidae, are famous for their color-changing abilities. But trust me, there's so much more to these little guys than just a fancy light show. Chameleons are found primarily in Madagascar and Africa, But there are species that live in parts of Asia, Southern Europe, and even the Middle East. They come in all sizes, from the tiny Brachysia micra, which can fit on the tip of your finger, to the giant Parsons chameleon, which can grow over 2 feet long. Imagine that, 2 feet of pure, color-changing awesomeness. But let's talk about the elephant in the room, their ability to change color. Most people think chameleons do this to blend into their surroundings, but that's only part of the story. They actually change color to regulate their body temperature, communicate with other chameleons, and show off during mating season. So, while camouflage is one reason, it's not the only reason. The science behind it is even cooler. Chameleons have special cells in their skin called chromatophores that contain different pigments. By expanding or contracting these cells, they can mix the pigments and create a whole spectrum of colors. It's like having a built-in mood ring. But that's not all. They've also got those wild, independently moving eyes that let them look in 2 directions at once. Imagine being able to watch Netflix on one side and check your phone on the other without missing a beat. That's some serious multitasking. Chameleons are also skilled hunters. They eat insects, and some of the larger species will even go after small birds or other reptiles. They use their long, sticky tongues, which can be twice as long as their body, to snatch up prey in the blink of an eye. Talk about fast food. Here's a cool fact. Chameleons can move their tongues so quickly that they can catch prey with nearly perfect accuracy. Their tongues can shoot out at speeds of up to 20 miles per hour. It's like they've got their own version of a high-speed camera. As for danger to humans, chameleons are shy and harmless creatures that prefer to keep to themselves, but they are incredibly fragile. So if you ever encounter one, it's best to admire from a distance and let them do their thing. And remember, they might not be changing color just to blend in. They could be trying to tell you something, maybe even to stay away. For those of you who've stuck with me this far, I recommend checking out one of my previous videos, where I introduce a few animals that, unfortunately, are on track to go extinct by 2030. And until the next video, stay curious and full of energy.